Oh, honey, I'm not letting anybody in a box right now. So if you want your reading, you'd have to do it from chat. I'm sorry. Okay, so I shuffle the cards and then you either choose a number or I put the cards down on the table and you let me know which card. So I would just put them down, and then when you see a card that you feel drawn to, that you feel like you're being told to choose, then you just let me know. Okay, so what number would you like to pick? And again, guys, I still have one free reading left after this. Please do not feel guilty about taking it. Good number. All right, so Flocka, now is the time I'm going to tell you if you have a question or you have a situation you want guidance on. Don't type it in the chat, but just think about it. Really concentrate on it and give it as much energy as you can. Focus on it for me. And hold on one second. I'm gonna take a mental note of this. You wouldn't happen to be a water sign, would you? Aries, Cancer, Scorpio? Before we continue? Okay. All right. So I'm going to pull your card for you, number 7, the way you had asked. Or number 11, I'm sorry. The reason I'm saying 7 is because that's the card that jumped out at me, was the 7 of Cups, which is usually associated with water, change, fluidity. If you think of like the tides in the ocean, things that come and go, but it's also tied to water signs. So Cancer, Scorpio, Pisces would fall into that category. I see 7 cups held upright and each cup has something in it. So I feel like there's a lot going on, is the general sensation that the card is giving me, like an overwhelmed type feeling, because literally every cup on the card is full of something. So if you are feeling overwhelmed, I can see why. Because it looks like every cup that you have, everything before you is just kind of like to the brim. Okay. I'm going to reshuffle and we're going to go after number 11 again. But just keep in mind that particular card, because I feel like that was the one that needed to be talked about. It literally jumped out of the deck like mid-shuffle onto the table, and that doesn't usually happen. So I felt like we needed to address that. I'm still going to pull the 11th card for you. That doesn't count as your free card. Yeah, that's not usually, like, I might drop a couple of cards down while I'm shuffling, but it was like a single card by itself. Like it was chosen. So that's why I was making sure that I read that. So, you are I'm saying Pisces. I was going to say water sign, but for some reason something made me say Pisces. Are you a Pisces? You're a Cancer. Pisces is still sticking in my head, but we'll see what happens when we get the 11th card. Maybe that'll make more sense. 11th card. Sorry, I'm just fast forwarding this. All right, let's see what you got. You have the Page of Pentacles. So again, a page card in the upright version would be us teaching, but pages upside down are learning. So learning something having to do with the physical world, because this is a pentacle card. Pentacles are usually something to do with actual physical manifested. It could be your job, your income, your house, your physical health. But this is definitely something to do with the physical world. This could be a hobby in which you make things, build things. Building would be another thing. Construction, so like building a home. But this is definitely a card asking you to take the seat of a student, to be aware, to be mindful of what is going on around you, because you are being asked to, as consciously as you can, absorb a lesson, a teaching. Something is going to give you insight that you'll be able to take with you further along on your journey. So it's going to make some sort of impact on you, leave an impression. So the reason I might have gotten that other card for you is because if we feel overwhelmed, if we have a lot going on, that might minimize our ability to be aware, to be vigilant, because we are so scattered and torn in different directions that we may miss things. So I think maybe that's why I was shown that card for you, because it's already giving me insight into it might be difficult for you to pick up on this lesson when it comes. So start prioritizing more the things that are most important down to the things that are less important. If you can delegate jobs or requirements or tasks to other people and ask for help with these, that would be a really good thing for you to do, because it would free you up to be able to pay attention a little bit more about what's going on in the physical world around you. Yeah, so I think that other card was a precursor, because it's just letting me know that just telling you, be aware, might not necessarily work. To make more of an impression on you, that it is really important to make sure that you free up as much mental space for yourself and emotional space for yourself as you can. When it comes to stuff like that, I'm glad you didn't ask that out loud, because usually people who ask that kind of stuff get muted. But when it comes to stuff like love, first of all your relationships start with you. The way you feel about yourself is the way you teach other people to feel about you. So if you carry negative self-image, if you carry negative self-thought, you're teaching others that that is acceptable for them to feel that way about you or treat you. So always start with the self and make sure that your relationship with you is healthy. All your other relationships will fall in line after that. And then also, there are relationships, there are people who come into our lives for seasons, for reasons. So while it is great to have one person or even multiple people who are with you for your entire journey, it is very common for us to meet people who are only meant to walk part of the way with us, and then we split up for whatever reason. A big part of that is a lot of times we already have a plan when we get here of what we're going to be doing. And not everybody's plans always sync together. Not everybody's plans are always the same. So you might be able to get many years or many months or even just many days or even just a couple of hours with somebody. For a certain amount of time, you guys are in sync. You're walking the path together, and then your paths may diverge. You may have to split from each other. It's not necessarily a bad thing. It's not necessarily a bad connotation. You shouldn't feel guilt or carry any kind of resentment for that. It just is what it is. Sometimes it's like, enjoy for now, catch you later. You can sometimes reconnect with people later on. Sometimes it is meant for you guys to get back together or work on something together. But it shouldn't be the primary focus. The primary focus, think of your life. Hi, small town girl. How are you? I don't think we gave the last one away. Did we, Stephanie? Check with Stephanie, because she usually keeps track of that for me. But if you think of your life as a novel or a book, you're the main character. So at the end of the day, focus on yourself and think of everybody else around you as like supporting characters. All right. As long as that was helpful for you. Okay? And I hope your day gets better from now on. Thank you. I appreciate that. Hi, Kirsty. So I do have one more reading, guys. So who would like... Small Town Girl, would you like that last reading? Hi, Kirsty. Okay. How are you doing, darling? You having a good day? I hope you are. How would you like to pick your card? You can do it by number. You can do it by sight. $39. Okay. It's been a different kind of day, so let's see if I can get to card 39 without another card popping out at me. Because that's the second time that's done that. So let's see if it does it 3 times. Because if it does it 3 times, that's a synchronicity. All right, so start thinking about what it is you might want an answer to. Start thinking about anything that you may need guidance or clearance on. Thank you so much for that. I love you so much. You did not have to do that. That was totally unnecessary. I love you. Oh, honey. Okay, so I don't know if I manifested that. I don't know if I willed that, but it happened. So I did get another card that automatically flipped itself over, and just 1 card out of 39. So we're going to take that to mean that you do in fact need that card. You're not going to be charged for the additional card. I promised you a free reading. You're still getting a free reading, but there is an additional card to go with the one that you chose. So I'm going to read both of them for you, if you're okay with that.